Welcome to It's the Law. This week, the family of slain Mercer Law graduate Lauren Giddings filed a wrongful death suit against her alleged killer. This as the trial date for Stephen McDaniel got delayed until January. Here to break down some of that information is attorney Jay Davis of James W. Davis & Associates. Jay, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Andrew.
Appreciate it. So they're filing this wrongful death lawsuit against Stephen McDaniel, but he's on trial for murder. Isn't that redundant, or how does that work?
Not really. The wrongful death is going to be a civil action.
Okay.
And whether or not they can rise to the level of beyond a reasonable doubt in the murder trial, even if they didn't, the most famous is the O.J. Simpson trial. But they can take a civil suit, and that only requires a burden of proof that's more likely than not.
Okay.
So they could go and do that. The probable circumstance for this is they must believe he's got some money, and they want to curtail how much money he's got, probably because they wouldn't want him to use all this money on legal fees. So they would sue something and say, hey, you've taken away our daughter, and you should compensate us. They would also be sort of stopping him from being able to support
They're
that.
saying they want the money she would have made as an attorney had she been able to practice. They're saying they want the non-economic value of her life, which basically her love, her counsel, just basically the things that she would have been
These are
able
all
to
the
give
same
them.
things. If somebody had an accident, a car accident, and accidentally killed someone, that's a wrongful death. And the people who are the relatives of that person that you took out or somebody took out because of their negligence are entitled to compensation for that missing person, what they got from them, either financial or the non-financial things like the love and affection.
Now the family's also asking a judge to give them permission to search McDaniel's late grandfather's property for her remains. They believe her remains are there. Now, as of right now, they've only found her torso. It's 2 years. I mean, they want to search those grounds. Will the judge have to give them a search warrant, give law enforcement a search warrant?
Well, they don't necessarily have to. The judge doesn't have to, but they're going to try to make an appeal to the judge to say, look, we've got all this reason. They're going to have to describe some sort of reason that they believe that could be. And remembering what was going on at the time, there was a lot of speculation that was the case. I'm not sure if the grandfather was alive, but someone gave them permission initially to get on the property, and then that made them be removed from the property. So the question is, whose property is it now? If he's no longer living, whose property is it, and do they have some rights to assert against this right for a search warrant?
Well, it truly has been a long road for this family. It's been 2 years now, and must be. I mean, it's got to be just devastatingly hard for them to go through this.
If the grandfather died, if the grandfather's death is recent, it could be that he's inherited some money that they want to sort of stop the path of.
Interesting.
And,
okay.
That could be a motive for why they're doing what they're doing. But there's two different suits: civil, criminal.
Interesting. All right. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. And if you have a legal question you want answered, you can send it to us. We will answer it right here on the air. You can keep it anonymous too if you want. Just email it to itsthelaw@41nbc.com.